What is up, everybody? Welcome to Metal Gear Solid Metal Gear Acid. We're not Solid yet, even though I believe the Solid was to denote that it was in 3D. So we are actually Solid, just not this time. Welcome. I know nothing about this game, aside from it's like a card-based strategy type game. Very weird for Metal Gear, but as far as the technical side of things goes, we're playing this on original hardware through the RetroTink 5X. And if you're wondering how to do that, the PSP 2000 and 3000 actually does have built-in video out. And my chat is messed. Hold on. Card-based strategy game. Yeah. It's weird. I've done what I can for the aspect ratio. It's actually like just below 16:9. There's a couple of pixels missing, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, we're doing what I can. Also, you may have noticed the audio is mirrored because I can only get mono audio out of it for whatever reason. So we're trying our best out here. But I don't... Let me actually see. I didn't check if the manual has anything interesting. This is back when manuals were still good. Oh, it's actually fantastic. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Oh, it's not in color. That's the only thing. The year is 2016, which makes this, so far as I know, I don't know about Acid or Mobile, but it makes it the farthest along in the timeline except for Revengeance, which was 2017, I believe. What's my favorite type of game genre? I personally really love RPGs. I love visual novels, and I played a lot of FPS when I was a kid, so that's kind of my comfort genre. But RPGs and visual novels I don't play on stream just because it's not a very fun viewership experience. So, but those are my favorites for sure. I like to get a good variety in. Shoot 'em ups as well. Gotten very into shoot 'em ups in the past couple of years. The place, somewhere over the United States. Flight 326, a jumbo passenger jet flying at 35,000 feet, has been hijacked. Perpetrator unknown. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit too slow for streaming, unfortunately. The plane is laden with, oh my god, vercuonium bromide, a muscle relaxant which can be fatal to humans if ingested in excess. All 517 passengers aboard Flight 326 have been paralyzed by the noxious vercuonium fumes, Jesus. I'll blame the low light. And rumor has it that Senator Hatch, a major presidential candidate in the upcoming elections, is sitting among them. The setting changes to Lobito Island in the Malini Republic, a small country situated in the southern part of Africa. Lobito Physics and Chemistry Lab facilities located there are being guarded by an unknown militia group. One man can be seen standing at the island's shores. That man is none other than Solid Snake. The hijacker of Flight 326 has demanded one thing: the prompt delivery of Pythagoras. The US government ran a criminal investigation on the hijacker, as well as a hunt for the meaning of the word Pythagoras. They clearly didn't take geometry. Holy shit, guys. Only to find out that it is the name of a research project being conducted on Lobito Island. The Maloney government refused to cooperate with the US. Oh, dude, don't feel like you have to stay on my account. I usually get very few viewers. It depends on the game. I think when I streamed Deus Ex like 4 years ago, that was when I hit my peak. I had like 20 concurrent viewers throughout pretty much that whole playthrough. That was pretty sick. But yeah, it ranges from like 5 to 0 at the moment. So the Maloney government refused to cooperate with the US, insisting that foreign governments have no right to get involved in their country's internal affairs. Having lost patience with the uncooperative Maloney Republic officials, the US government dispatched an HRT Special Forces unit to the island to investigate. The unit was then attacked by a militia group stationed there. setting the entire mission in jeopardy and cutting off all communications. Oh, also, I try to stream every week. It hasn't been that much recently, but I will try to keep that up from now on. Ironically, this incident provided the perfect opportunity to uncover the details of the top secret research being conducted at Lobedo Physics and Chemistry Lab. In desperation, the US government had no other option but to call in one of their retired agents, that agent being none other than the legendary mercenary, Solid Snake. The hijacker's patience is running thin and time is running out. The search for answers takes place within a secret research facility on the remote island of Lobedo, where things aren't always as they seem. Solid Snake accepts his calling in a fresh new fight for justice. Because he is justice. Alright, sweet. Let's get going. Gotta love manuals that actually have things in them. Yeah, Twitch is just so oversaturated that it's really hard to grow nowadays. And I streamed on Twitch for about 4 years, but decided to move over to YouTube just to consolidate everything. So, oh god, Kojima game. Oh no. Having to press circle to confirm is what I mean by that. Alright. Let's get it going. Yeah, the YouTube algorithm has really improved in the last, like, 6 months or so. It's become the best place to stream. Oh god. No apology necessary. The best way to handle this is to punish those in charge of each unit. I appreciate your understanding. All for one and one for all. My apologies for calling everyone on such short notice, but this is a serious incident. What is it this time? Yes, please enlighten us. Allow me to fill in some background details. As a gesture of gratitude to our longtime patrons, we here at oh my god. Here, I'm gonna actually have to slow down this this text here. And I think it actually did have an auto skip option. Let me turn that on. I don't want it to auto play. That is ridiculous. Nice, that's awesome. Yeah, that's I just stream for fun. Like the more edited videos are what draw people to the channel for sure. So, but I have had several people come into the streams to say hello. And usually to prompt me to stop streaming and work on the next video, you piece of shit. Okay, hold on. Quick mode always. That's not what I was hoping it was. Let's just go to slow text speed then. I don't want to miss anything. Even if it's slower than we want, that's better than missing dialogue. It doesn't seem much slower, I gotta be honest. Hey, thanks man, that means a lot. I really appreciate that. And the algorithm actually allowing videos to be seen by small tubers definitely helps as well. Helps with the motivation. This doesn't seem different. It almost seems faster. Can I actually... We here at Nikal are providing a special limited offer. Those who act now and purchase pajamas or a nightcap from participating outlets will receive our special Nikal silk powder as a free gift. Top grade silk does a body good. Sleep tight tonight like you always should. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know. There might have been an option to confirm that I didn't hit or something. Oh, Raiden? Oh, it's a girl. So yes, it is Raiden. Taliko. This is Bravo. I've lost sight of the... Fuck. Bravo, don't come near this place. HRT. Oh god. Jesus, information overload. This is weird. I wonder if all the cutscenes are going to be like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a badass on our hands. This is Bravo. Come in, Alpha. Delta here. I'm surrounded. Requesting backup. Damn it, Echo here. I mean, it's just a cutscene. Hasn't even, like, explained the game yet. This is the first time I'm actually seeing a PSP game on the big screen. It looks very... It's not quite PS2. It's like somewhere between the PS2 and the Dreamcast in terms of capabilities. Although this is a very early PSP game, so... Ooh. Damn, son. Yeah, I'm impressed, honestly. In the West Building warehouse. Our unit has been wiped out. We have to scrap the mission. We can't wait much longer. Roger. I'm like, oh god, don't let me play. This is too much, man. Running Man! Yo! What? That's a Metal Gear 2 boss. Like, not Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear 2. Huh? What the? That looks exactly like... Yeah. It's... I mean, back when games had an art style rather than just looking realistic. Realistic. Is what I love so much about that era, for sure. Bravo, are you still here? The meeting point is in the West Building warehouse. It may have gotten fucked up. Yo! Who is that? It's the combination of Vamp and Fat Man. One of my favorite and one of my least favorite bosses. Wow. This will be interesting. She must be the last one. The group in Corridor B was wiped out too. Leone. Take her. And don't let Clown find her. I hate that guy. GMT 0113. Why are we going off of Greenwich time? I thought this occurred in America. Yeah, honestly, that's probably what did it. Oh, thank God, I can take a breath. That is probably what did it, unfortunately. And like a lot of people blame Resident Evil 4 for kind of dumpstering the Resident Evil series for a while as well. It's after that the games became too action focused, where Resi 4 is kind of like the midpoint between camp and between action and horror that the first Metal Gear Solid actually rode the line of. So, which is why the Twin Snakes was such a bad remake. This is Roger says this is Roger. Roger. Looks like you made it ashore, Snake. This guy looks like the senator from Metal Gear Rising, does he not? I would like to forget that game, so if you could if you could draw new characters, that'd be much appreciated. Oh man. Of course we're smoking. Snake here. Sorry for the wait. Kept you waiting, huh? Any enemies in sight? None so far. Snake, HRT Unit Spencer was sent in before you. That game's only like 5 hours, so if you never finished it, you must have gotten bored pretty quick. Yeah, I think people that have never played the other Metal Gear games like it. But I just particularly the mechanics of that game I just couldn't get into at all. Where like not having a dedicated button to parry is just a death sentence, and there's so many optional upgrades like the ability to, you know, dodge that you need to be successful in that game, which is just ridiculous. Like that type of thing shouldn't be optional. If they'd given you a lot more powers from the start, then the combat would have been a lot more balanced. But yeah, I really hated it, actually, which is unfortunate. I'll play it again sometime though. Hopefully it'll be better. We've lost contact with them. That's fair. That's fair. I've actually been the same way recently, probably the last like year or so, and you do get to a point where you've just played so many good games that it's it's really tough to play just a mediocre or an average game and still enjoy it, which is definitely where I was last year, where I played like 6 S-tier games last year, which is, that's just too many. that raises your bar, your Overton window, and things can't entertain you anymore. So I've kind of been, after I finished Xenogears, I've been coming down from that, and I'm playing another game right now called Shining in the Darkness, which is a dungeon crawler from 1991 on the Genesis, and that game recently has kind of like reinvigorated my love for video games, or reaffirmed my love, I guess, because I'm enjoying the hell out of that game, even though it's really basic. It's just charming and funny and has a good gameplay loop, and I'm enjoying it. So I definitely felt like, oh, like, am I just too jaded now? Am I ever going to love video games again? But yeah, thankfully I'm doing a bit better. HRT, isn't that a SWAT-based unit? Specializing in terrorism prevention tactics? Yes, but they were wiped out by enemies. I take it we're not dealing with garden variety thugs. Snake, our mission consists of just one thing. That's getting our hands on what the hijackers want. Yeah, especially nowadays. But Pythagoras. Since we didn't Google this. Pythagoras. Headquarters is concluded from the hijackers' demands. And Pythagoras is the name given to a research project. I'm gonna be honest, I think it just slowed it down for this and not the cutscenes, which is what I wanted. Sega and the Yakuza games, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't gotten into those yet, but they're on my list for sure. It'll probably pale in comparison to the Yakuza games now that you've played those, but did you ever play Sleeping Dogs? Because that was one of my favorite games of the 7th generation, that apparently no one played. They were probably too busy playing GTA. But it's an open world. They're a bit slow? Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's Japanese games generally. But Sleeping Dogs is an open world game set in Hong Kong where you're an undercover cop and the combat is melee, mainly melee. Jesus, mainly melee. That's awesome. Yeah, I really loved it. And it's nowhere like it's not as slow as other open world games, I would say, especially nowadays. I'd recommend it. I think got a remaster with all the DLC as well, so. Pythagoras is the name given to a research project conducted at the Lobito Physics and Chemistry Lab. They're just gonna recap everything I just read, aren't they? Constantly goes on sale. Dude, it's worth a lot more than $5. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, it's one I gotta play again. I think I've played it through twice. But I get the urge all the time. Inquiries to the lab, however, went unanswered. An unknown group of mercenaries had taken over the lab just before we sent in HRT. Might have to turn the text speed back up. Can you fill me in on this Pythagoras research? Details are currently a mystery. The mystery, huh? Why's that? The project's head... How's the audio, by the way? Little low. There. Now you guys can hear music and whatnot. I think it's just kind of quiet right now. I think you'll like it. It's quite good. The project's research head some words was formerly developing biological weapons for the US military. Oh, have you never played Metal Gear before? Interesting. Yeah, Snake. Well, there's like 5 different Snakes, but this is, I believe, Solid Snake. It's 2016. He's very young to be Solid Snake, though. What the hell is this game? Because he was Old Man Snake in 2014. So clearly this is another clone of Solid Snake. You've only played 5. Oh, man. 5 is actually one of my least favorite ones. Just because of the simulatory aspects of that game make it like 70% a chore, and then the rest is like the other 20% is cutscenes. Then you get like a solid 10% gameplay. Yeah, so Snake Eater and Metal Gear Solid 1 are both great places to start. I prefer Metal Gear Solid 1 just because of the story, but Snake Eater is exceptional. It's extremely good. So, the places to not start are 2 and 4, because those are like integrally... What is wrong with my speech today? Those are integrally tied to the rest of the series, plot-wise. So, but yeah, Snake Eater is a great place to start. That's the first game that I played. I would highly recommend them. So here's the thing, right? Konami's been, and I'm sorry I'm not playing the game, but this isn't really a game I can play and talk at the same time. Konami's been doing really shit stuff for the last like 12 years. Not a fan of them at the moment. So they have a lot of goodwill to buy back through making good games finally, and not just pachinko machines. So I'll definitely wait for reviews on it and see how it is. My big problem with reimaginings, which is what I think it's going to be, is that they just take the entire original vision of the game and dumpster it to give like new modernized gameplay, quote unquote. Yeah, Silent Hill, Suikoden, Castlevania. Pretty much. Yeah, they just systematically destroyed their video games and franchises and IPs over the last 12 to 15 years. So yeah, like what's a good example? Like RE7 Remake, where people nowadays are just like, oh, action RPG gameplay is inherently better than turn-based gameplay, which isn't true. Turn-based gameplay just has to be iterated upon so that it can continue growing. That's kind of my problem with hack and slashes, is that they're very like easy and simple, and it's not a genre that's really grown at all since the days of God of War 1 and Otogi. So I don't know. Not one of my favorite genres. But yeah, I'm kind of, unfortunately, I'm expecting them to basically make Snake Eater into Metal Gear Solid 5. And that's just not in the spirit of the game at all. So I hope they don't do that, but that's probably what's going to happen, unfortunately. I'll still, if it's a good remake, I'll still support it. But I'll probably stick with the original. Not necessarily open world, but just like, you know, turning the stealth action series that is Metal Gear into a generic third-person shooter, basically. And it's not the first game to have done that. They kind of started with Metal Gear Solid 4, but it's just not my favorite style. Like, whereas, you know, you can iterate upon a gameplay system to make it truly incredible. Like Snake Eater was the best Metal Gear game that we ever got gameplay wise. Even though there were like, what, 8 Metal Gears after that, something like that. Just because it iterated upon the previous gameplay, the first 2 Solid games, and even the 2D games before that, to create this like survival stealth masterpiece with controls that were a bit clunky, in fairness, but still amazing. But then like you just throw all of that out so that you can make it into a more generic third-person shooter, which I don't love at all. Oh yeah, so Survive was made after Kojima left, and he's the creator, the auteur of the series. And you probably know about like the huge, very public falling out that he had with Konami. So yeah, Survive was just the complete tripe that they released after Kojima left to just murder the franchise. Yeah, that game is disgusting. I don't even consider it a Metal Gear game, and no one should, in fairness. So, sorry, back to this. Biological weapons. In order to get the specifics on Pythagoras, you'll have to get in contact with Fleming. You got his profile? I was only able to get my hands on some old pictures. The investigation is still underway. Find out who's taking this place over while you're at it. That too is being taken care of as we speak. Now, I know it's been a while since you've been in actual combat, Snake. I mean, he is basically dead at this point. I can't believe they set this game in 2016. That's so weird. Man. Because if you know what Snake looks like in 2014, he is basically on his deathbed. Before infiltrating the target location, you better brush up on your intuitive skills. First of all, I should brief you on movement. Go ahead and move the cursor to the Genome Soldier card in your hand. Yeah, it's set in 2016. And Snake looks like he's about, you know, 30, 35. And he's about 70 in 2014. Select a block to move. Move to with the cursor. Oh, this game... Yeah, so 2016 is the... where it is in the chronology. But this game released in 2005, I want to say. Come on, copyright. 2005. Yeah. Like, oh, This looks like shit for 2016. After that, determine which direction to face. Give it a try. Move to this spot first. Alright. Boys, we have gameplay. Alright, select the Genome Soldier. Movement card can move 4 blocks. Cool. So this is like all... That'd be awesome if all the cards are stuff from previous Metal Gears. Yeah, body armor, claymores. The gang's all here. Alright. Oh god, circle to confirm. Jesus, that is the worst. Kojima. That's it, right there is fine. I mean, I'm going where you told me. Of course it's fine. Okay, now choose north. A compass in the lower left corner shows you which direction you're facing. See how the white triangle is pointing to the north? The white triangle? Oh, I see. No. Like, I'm not that colorblind. I'm pretty colorblind, but the last step during movement is to select a position. It's always possible to select a crawl option, but just remain standing for now. Select stay from the list, and press the circle button to confirm. Oh yes. Weroska Mike. Well done. I'll contact you again when you reach the gate. Yes, yes, absolutely. So Phantom Dust was actually made by Yukio Futatsugi, who is the creator of the Panzer Dragoon series, which I've been working my way through last year and this year. And yeah, that's definitely on my list. Anything made by him. And I've seen a couple of videos on it, but I haven't been able to pick it up yet. I remember that like shot up in price. It went from like $12 to $90 in a month. There was this really big YouTuber that made a video on it, so yeah, I definitely got to check that out. And that's a lot more action based than this as well. You can actually move freely in that one. The previous day, 1904 GMT, which is not the time zone that we are in. Not even close. I'm out. I'm outie.
It smells weird in here, sis. It's for curonium bromide, a muscle relaxant, Elsie. Darn.
Wait, what? have I just never seen that word, that name before? How do you pronounce that? Because it's not Francis. You called her sis. Huh. Well, I still don't know how to say it, but I know the etymology. Yeah, he's a really amazing director. Unfortunately, he's been, after the failure of Crimson Dragon, he's mostly just worked on mobile titles since then, unfortunately. Well, thank you. I can't speak, but at least I can act.
Doctors use it for surgery and stuff to stop the pain. Somebody get hurt? No. We've just hijacked this plane. Cool.
This game's a little weird. Yeah, I mean, they definitely could do voice acting on the PSP. They just didn't. Because there's another PSP Metal Gear game that has voice acting, and a lot of it, so... Yeah. Whatever voice will haunt your nightmares the most, that's whatever they have. Oh god, the snake is dissolving. Even the previous more day. Again.
Are all these people gonna die, sis? Well, I don't know. If the big leaders in America do what we want, most passengers should live.
Yeah, exactly. Except they're not cursing us out and calling our mother names.
How boring. I think everyone should die! If everyone dies, we won't have any more hostages, numbnuts. And without hostages, we can't negotiate. So then we just hijack another plane. Elsie, can you just hush up a little while? Why? Because I have a headache. You're giving me a headache.
I'm gonna DDoS you. My dad works for Microsoft. Oh my god, dude. Too real, too real. God. I used to play Call of Duty professionally. So yeah, that was every lobby. Let me tell you. I have a lot of experience. I've actually been DDoSed many times. Jesus.
I have to relay our demands to the control tower now. We have to claim responsibility. Okay, well, I guess I'll be quiet, but not for long. Control tower, can you hear me? Shut up, sis, shut up. You're taking over Flight 326 and the lives of 517 passengers are at stake.
That's a big plane, my god.
Every one of them has been temporarily paralyzed with vicuronium bromide. Why is that so hard?
Yeah, I got an Xbox pretty late. I was rocking the original Xbox until 2011, I think.
All we have to do is increase the density ever so slightly, and all these pitiful passengers will die in an instant. And as the cherry on top, a bomb has been set somewhere on the plane. If flight altitude drops to 35,000 feet, it'll explode.
Oh yeah, for sure. Used to watch a couple of those. I'm trying to think, I forgot the main one.
So don't even consider making us land. I'm sure you wouldn't even think of doing a silly, stupid, dumb thing like that now, would you? Our demand is for access to a hidden treasure kept in a South African laboratory.
I'm not gonna have a voice tomorrow, dude.
The treasure known as Pythagoras. Give us Pythagoras with no strings attached, and your precious passengers will be set free. We'll let them go. Time's running out. You've got 10 hours. Let's see if you can get us Pythagoras within 10 hours. How you get it to us is up to you. But if you're not quick about it, precious lives will be lost one by one. Oh yeah, you're probably hoping we don't find out. But we've already confirmed that Vigo Hatch is on board this plane.
Minnesota Burns, thank you. That's his name. And what was the other one? Louis Caliber. Yeah. Doing that voice reminded me of him. So the terrorists want Pythagoras. I see. What? Vigo Hatch. So what exactly are the demands? Is that right? They've got a hell of a plan there. I don't know who these hijackers are, but I'm damn thankful they showed up now. We have to take advantage of this golden opportunity. Strike when the iron is hot, as they say. Yeah, leave this to me. I'll do a little negotiating with some higher-ups. Yeah, for sure. You're kidding me, Roger was assigned to this? Ah, hate that guy. No, please. Please, no. Oh, thank God. Libido Island itself belongs to the Southern African Republic of Maloney. But the Libido Physics and Chemistry Lab itself is under corporate control. Which corporation? It's Beagle, officially one of the largest and most respected conglomerate enterprises in the world. But beyond its surface reputation, Beagle is quite a mystery. No contact could be established with them regarding this incident. Not only has the Maloney government been banned from meeting with Fleming or entering the lab, but they claim that it would be interference in non-governmental affairs. Why would they be so touchy? Until recently, Maloney was a country plagued by constant warfare and strife. Support from the international community has led to a national reconstruction, but the most generous financial contributor to Maloney was Beagle by far. Yeah, it's... I mean, that happens with everything. It became too corporate. Like, once people saw, like, oh, PewDiePie is making... What figure did they throw out? Like $37 million, which is not true, even remotely. Like, oh, these guys are making so much money. Gotta get in on this. Yeah, same thing happened to video games, pretty much. After mobile gaming showed you how much money people can make. Ridiculous. Sounds like the Maloney government doesn't want to betray their savior. The United States will not give in to terror, as always. Negotiating with terrorists is not an option. That's the right policy to show the world. Yeah, microtransactions, loot boxes. All started with Candy Crush. Good stuff, good stuff. Or battle passes now, man. Battle passes are just loot boxes, but worse. Oh boy. Especially with Halo Infinite, my god. But if Pythagoras isn't delivered to those hijackers in a matter of hours, the 517 innocents aboard Flight 326 will be killed. That's why this operation must be kept strictly confidential. But you don't need to hear that from me. Yeah, I mean, at least Fortnite's still... I don't like Fortnite, I don't play it. So that's where I'm coming from when I say this. At least it's still a good game that hasn't been completely ruined by pay to win. Last I heard, at least. But yeah, definitely another good example. Why me? You were Roy's close friend during your time as a Green Beret. Roy Campbell. Roy? Colonel Roy Campbell? Yeah. Yep, same here, same here. And Infinite, even the multiplayer of Infinite is basically dead now because of the battle pass and all the shit that's gone down with that game. Like we shouldn't have given them a second chance, or rather a third chance after Halo 5. Because MCC was horrific too. Oh boy. Hopefully they'll fire 343. Maybe. Before Halo's well and truly dead. Still a couple people holding out hope, but yeah, I'm done with it too. Yes, he spoke very highly of you. And hey, like, I've grown up with Halo my entire life. So, yeah. I'm very attached to the franchise. But I just can't do it anymore. Snake, Senator Hatch is on that plane. That's right, Viggo Hatch, presidential candidate in the upcoming elections. For the sake of America, we can't risk losing Hatch. Sorry. I need your help. You're all we have, Snake. Yeah, I mean, the gameplay is fine, but at the same time, like, Forge is broken, last I heard, Theater's still broken, still no split screen, and it's never coming, no campaign DLC, like, they can't even get the same things right that Halo 3 got right. How many years ago? 16? Ugh. My god. Ridiculous. Yeah, for sure. Excellent observation, Snake. Roger. There's a ladder here. What do I do? Climbing ladders is just like moving. Try using body armor for moving. Most cards can be used if highlighted when move is selected. Yeah, see, I don't know why I needed to use the... Just the up or down button. I don't know why I needed to use the Genome Soldiers to move in the first place. Was I just selecting them as a card? Except for special cards, it's usually possible to move 3 blocks per turn. Keep that in mind. Move up to the ladder, then select ladder from the list. You can't stop in the middle of a climb. Also, if someone is located in the direction you're headed, you can't move there. Alright, Snake, climb the ladder and head north. Right. Which video game character do you think is the most iconic voice besides Snake? I mean, it's gotta be Mario. I'd imagine. Sonic is up there until they... I don't know if you've seen Sonic Frontiers at all, but... Sonic, he used to talk like this, now just sounds like a regular guy. It's really... like, it's the same voice actor, but he's just not doing the voice anymore. It's really weird. And everyone in that game just, like, got bass boosted. It's very odd. Yeah. I don't know why. And granted, I think that's, like, an alternate universe game, or alternate dimension, something like that. I didn't pay attention to the story. But, yeah. It's very odd. Because Sonic's had the same voice since Adventure. Or maybe even before, I don't know. Yeah, that's right, they changed it in the Mario movie too. Forgot about that. Because it was like Ryan Reynolds or something, someone weird who did his voice, wasn't it? Maybe it wasn't Ryan Reynolds, but something like that, some big name actor. Alright. See, like, why... So that's specifically a movement card that gets me 4. Okay. So if I don't want to use a movement card, I can just use something else. Gotcha. Oh, we gonna climb that ladder. Yep, pretty epic. Snake, I forgot to mention one thing. This isn't what Metal Gear games are usually like. Just so you know. It's not what they're usually like, I promise. Are you sure it's only one thing? Sure you're not gonna talk my ear off for like half an hour? Very funny. I need to tell you how to equip yourself. An equip option is available among the cards. Go ahead and select Front Evade level 1 from there. Selecting equip brings up an equip column in the upper right corner. Equipping triggers certain effects during battle. Press the square button to view a card's details. Press the X button to exit the card explanation. Now go ahead and equip Front of 8, level 1. I will do so. So can I... There we go. To use, evade attacks from the front. REA? 50%? What does that mean? Reaction? Reality? Real-time evasion? Activation? What are your personal favorite game companies? Which is or are my favorites? That is a great question. Man, that's tough because there's a bunch of companies I like, but then they have all gone to shit in the past 15 years. One of those would be BioWare. BioWare was incredible before 2014. Yeah. I'm a huge KOTOR fan. I'm a huge Dragon Age fan. I'm saving Jade Empire for a rainy day. And I still got to play through Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights as well. But yeah, BioWare was amazing. Anything pre 2014, 2015. Capcom is probably the only major company that still makes good stuff aside from Nintendo. They've actually been on a really good hot streak recently. So, as far as major companies go, probably them. What were my personal favorites? Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Man, Obsidian as well, but after Chris Avellone left them in like 2012 or 13, they haven't been as good. They made a bunch of stuff. Planescape, or sorry, he didn't make Planescape. Or that company didn't, at least. But they made KOTOR 2, Fallout New Vegas. Really great company. I'm trying to think of anyone modern. Oh yeah, the Obsidian also made Pentiment recently, which was also fantastic. And they're making Avowed, which is the Elder Scrolls like. They were like, oh, Bethesda, you're not gonna make Elder Scrolls 6? Fine. I make my own Elder Scrolls 6 with blackjack and hookers. Yeah, well, he was like the visionary behind that company, where he was the writer and game designer for most of their amazing games. So yeah, it's really unfortunate. And he was one of the that company was made from Black Isle Studios. Who let me even like get their list out real quick. He was one of the original. Yeah. So basically, Obsidian used to be Black Isle Studios, and they made the first two Fallouts, Planescape Torment, which is widely considered the best Western RPG of all time, and Icewind Dale, which are all fantastic. And then they became Obsidian, who has made. Hold on. KOTOR 2, Neverwinter Nights 2, Alpha Protocol, which is super underrated. It's just really buggy, unfortunately. Fallout New Vegas, Dungeon Siege 3, South Park: The Stick of Truth. That's a big one. I always forget about that one. And Pillars of Eternity, Tyranny, which is super underrated. The Outer Worlds, Pentiment and Avowed. Yeah, they're an amazing studio. They're not as good since Chris Avellone left, unfortunately. Ninja Theory, that's another big one, who made, on the original Xbox, they made Kung Fu Chaos, which was pretty fun, which is a weird game, but it's a fun game for sure. And then they made the DMC Devil May Cry reboot, which not a lot of people liked, but it was still a good game. It was mainly like the hardcore DMC fans that didn't like it. And then Heavenly Sword, which is an amazing game that's super underrated. Enslaved: Odyssey to the West, which is an amazing game that's super underrated. And what have they made recently? What was it? We made a couple things recently. Oh, just Hellblade. Just Hellblade. My 5th favorite game of all time. I forgot that was them. I am an idiot. Yeah, Enslaved is backward compatible, which I will say it needs it. Sorry about that. It runs at a pretty low frame rate, but that game's just incredible. It's like if The Last of Us and Uncharted had a baby. It's amazing. But it's a hack and slash. Uncharted and The Last of Us, but it's a hack and slash. Yeah, I'm playing through that right now on my own time, and it's incredible. So yeah, that's my 2 modern ones are Capcom and Ninja Theory, who are pretty goated. And my older ones would be BioWare, Namco for sure, before they became Bandai Namco. That kind of came in and messed everything. Yeah. I would highly recommend it for sure. And it's like utterly gorgeous for 2010. It's pretty insane. I really wish they made that one 60 FPS, or if it got Xbox One X Series enhanced at all. That would have been very nice, but unfortunately it was a really sleeper hit title, so not surprised that it didn't get the good treatment. Okay, jeez. Equip. Oh, fuck. Kojima! What is REA? That's all I want to know. That's all I want. Well done, Snake. You're truly the legend. Even a child could do this. Don't get offended. I have to make sure you've got the fundamentals down. I know. Let's get on with it. You can only use cards a certain number of times per turn. A certain number of times per turn? Like all cards or the same cards? What happens when that number hits 0? Rest will be displayed at the top of the screen. The number on the bottom shows the max number of times a card can be used. Currently, you're at Rest 02, which means you can't use any cards. Press the X button to call up the command menu. Then select End. If any enemies are around, an enemy's turn will follow. Yours. So choose carefully. No, don't even worry about it. It's honestly pretty rare that I get to chat with people on stream, so I do not mind at all. I'm always happy to talk about video games, even while playing video games. From now on, you can draw 2 cards at the beginning of each turn. My chair needs some WD-40. Can you guys hear that? Yep. Sorry. Right. Here, you know what? I can get another chair. Hold on. I knew it was loud, but not that loud. Oh boy. Ah, now I gotta fix that. What a pain in the ass. There we go. Things I do to make stream 2% better. Yeah, it's okay. I'll just have people in the comments being like, "Oh, why isn't he playing the game?" But don't worry, they're douchebags. I know it's sudden, but select N. I know this is sudden, but Snake, I love you. Looks like you got it. Now move over to here. Use the Genome Soldier card. Now face north. Got it. I'm ready to carry out the mission. This game is ridiculous so far. I'm outside the fence. Cords are all tangled. Ah. Damn it. Can you get in? This fence... Sorry, I was copying you for a second. This fence looks like it might be high voltage. Oh yes, this is a spin-off. It's based on Snake's Age. It's clearly not even canon at all, so... yeah. So the games that are not spin-offs are the first two Metal Gear games on the MSX. The ones on the NES are not, like, official. And then Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4, and then Peace Walker, which is one of the PSP games, and then 5 or V. So that's the main series. Everything else is considered like either tangential canon or not canon. So, but like overall, there's what 16, 17 games, something like that, and about half of them, if not more, are not canon. So, yeah. Any doors? Yeah, if you're looking to get into the series, definitely the Legacy Collection on the PS3 is the way to go, because that has every canonical game except for MGS5. So, no, Peace Walker is definitely a mainline game. It's just he didn't number it for whatever reason. So, but yeah, it's definitely a canonical game. It's the only one on the PSP that is canonical. Or like Portable Ops has a very contested canon status, but Kojima himself basically says it's not canon. So, yeah. If you do get a Legacy Collection, then Metal Gear Solid 1 and VR missions were download only, like on a code in that. So you want to make sure that it has that code that hasn't been used yet. So, but that's like, I want to say it's going for about $60 right now, and that includes Metal Gear 1, 2, Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Peace Walker, and VR missions. So that's 8 games for $60, which is, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, but there's a padlock on it. 8 of the best games of all time for $60. Shoot the padlock open and enter the compound. Hormone replacement therapy should have left some goodies behind for you. That's all I can see when I see that acronym. It's so weird. Damn, that's unfortunate. There is also the Metal Gear HD collection, which it's the same thing, except it doesn't have Metal Gear Solid 4, because that game's basically unportable, unfortunately. Not like you couldn't put it on the PSP, but like you couldn't put it on another console. So that's why it hasn't been re-released at all. Maybe it will be with Volume 2 of the collection that's coming out, that Konami's putting out, hopefully. But yeah, sorry, the HD collection just doesn't have 4, and it doesn't have Metal Gear Solid 1 or VR missions. Unfortunately, the only way to play 1 at the moment is either wait for the collection that Konami's about to put out, or on the PS3 or PS1. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's unfortunate. The PS3's hardware is so absurdly, overly complex that it's really hard to port games onto the PS4 from it, so it's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, the series is absolutely goated. And it's, I'm sorry you started off with 5 as your first one. I'm sure a lot of people did, unfortunately. But the others are better. 5 of the mainline games, 5 is definitely my least favorite. by a long shot. Janky, yeah. So that game, or sorry, the PS3 had the cell architecture, which is just so needlessly complex, which was purposefully done. It's kind of interesting. Basically, the thought at Sony, they were so confident that the PS3 was going to be a success that basically they made it overly hard to program for on purpose, so that game companies wouldn't have time to make the other versions of the games and they'd be crappy. Which obviously didn't work out at all, because the 360 just became the primary development platform. Oh yeah, very overpriced. Which is funny because they actually, so it originally sold for $600, but they actually took a $300 loss on every console they sold, which that just shows you how much bullshit was stuffed under the hood of especially the original PS3, the launch one. Yeah, and like the gameplay, well, when it actually lets you play the game, the gameplay of 5 is quite good. But yeah, I think they kind of ruined the series by making it open world. Yeah, and that was kind of their philosophy as well, was like get the hardware into people's homes, and then you'll have a huge install base for games, and that works really well with the PS1 and 2, which I think they also took a pretty big loss on as far as hardware sales go. So yeah, see, everyone always points at the Red Ring of Death, but the PS3, the launch PS3, had the exact same problem. So it's like, I don't think it was as widespread, but yeah, those things definitely died like crazy. There are very, very few launch PS3s around still because of that. But yeah, oh man, Red Ring was pretty rough. I'm glad I waited until, by the time I got a 360, the Slim was already out, so that was my first one. Yeah, exactly. It was just a smaller light, so people, there wasn't a snappy name for it, so it didn't get brought up as much. A sneaking student of SOCOM are stashed away in a cave at the seashore. There's some seashells in a SOCOM down by the seashore. Here's how to fire. Attack your target. In this case, the padlock. Highlight SOCOM with the cursor and select Use. Where is my SOCOM? Here it is. Okay. Attack. SOCOM fall. That's it. Now get through that fence and infiltrate the lab. How are we an elite operative that never learned how to lockpick? This is a terrible idea. Right. These butt straps I have are really starting to chafe. Oh no. Okay. Like, no, not more puppet dialogue, please. Snake, your heartbeat has risen to 145 beats per minute. You're still really tangled. There we go. Come on. Okay. Not canon. Yeah. Whenever there's bad internal logic in this game, and just say it's not canon. I've gone over your basic physical functions and rate of exercise from the time you arrived, and some numerical inconsistencies have arisen when compared with the apparatus. The apparatus? Yes, the sneaking suit provided to you has been fitted with a chain. That stores physical data. Not only does it store a soldier's physical data and information related to their surroundings, but it also includes the advanced capability of providing remote medicine. This is the first time it's been used in an actual combat situation, and it seems a little unstable. Unstable? You mean it might explode? Well, I've been out of active duty for a while, so... No, Snake, your current data is recorded. In the chain! Your age has nothing to do with it. Even though you're like 80 years old at least. In addition... Spare me the minor details. Just get on with it, will ya? Yeah. There's someone I'd like you to meet, Snake. This is Alice Hazel, a very gifted psychic. A psychic? She's well known for her supernatural abilities, and has played a major role in solving various cases. Among her abilities are telepathy, astral projection, and... what was that called?
Remote viewing. I'm able to view events from a great distance.
Alice will act as a navigator for you. She can sense images and events within the laboratory. Oh, so she's the reason I can see, I guess? Strange. Roger, you gotta be kidding me. You expect me to base this mission on palm readings? And crystal balls? I'm in no mood for the psychic hotline here. But she's the real thing. Recommended by the feds. Well, the feds have never been wrong about anything, so...
You don't have to believe in my gift, but I...
Fuck.
I'd appreciate it if you'd stop treating me like some dime store fortune teller. It may be troubling for you to entrust your life to me, but it would be in your best interest to trust me.
Ooh, timeless masterpieces. That's a good question. It would really depend on what you mean by timeless. Man. See, I don't think any of those are old enough to be timeless. Maybe like Half-Life 1. Which I haven't played, unfortunately. I haven't played any of the Half-Life series yet. Man. I'd say like any game that is still talked about to this day that's at least 20 years old. Because as far as the history of video games goes, that's a really long time. Games that still hold up to this day, yeah. And that's the problem, is that most gamers today just care about graphics, especially gaming outlets. Which is really unfortunate, because it makes it so that not a lot of people are willing to go back and play the classics. Shenmue. I've never played Shenmue. I know it's very controversial. Yeah. Yeah, the first Halo would be a good one, for sure. To where like it's still 3D, and even though it's 2001, it's actually 3D that doesn't look bad at all. And the gameplay is excellent. Story holds up. Metal Gear Solid 2, I think, would be another one where a lot of the jank that was in the first game, that game completely got rid of. And the story is more poignant now than when it was released. So, yeah, I mean, Halo Combat Evolved came out in 2001, so, yeah. 22 years. Yeesh. But yeah, I don't think anyone would pick up the first Halo and have a problem playing it nowadays. There's certainly people who'd be like, oh, the graphics, it doesn't look like Uncharted 4. But, you know, it's... What can you do about those people? They don't know. We don't take their opinion seriously. 1 year older than you, yeah. Yeah, CE was the first game I ever played when I was about 6, I think. So, I had really responsible parents. Alice has recovered over 200 missing persons in cooperation with the FBI. She's young, but she has a great record and a truly incredible gift.
I do hope we can get along.
And Snake, she may not have the veteran expertise that you offer us, being that you're 80 years old, but just in case, okay? Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. Actually, I just replayed Halo CE like last year on original hardware on a CRT solo legendary. It's good stuff. Got the full experience. So I still have, somehow it's still working. I have a CRT from like 1985. That's the TV that we had when I was a kid. I'm not that old. I was born in 96, but we were not a rich family, so still had that TV in like 2008. Any action taken outside of an order should be thought out carefully. We may lose contact with you. I know. Alright, Snake. Head for the gate. 2 hours in. Cold open. How far in are we, actually? Hour 16. Not that... not that far off. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a title. Ooh, very quick saves. I'm tempted to put this back up to normal, just because it only affects outside of cutscenes and not inside of cutscenes. Let me actually, here, I'll put that to fast, in fact, so we can just go at our own pace. How about that? Bada bing. Man, got some good questions there. Oh yeah, I forgot to answer your first question. So Halo is 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, I think Final Fantasy 7. Like, any game that people still play today that has been kept in the public consciousness for at least 20 years. That's enough to be considered a timeless classic. So like Chrono Trigger would also be there. But it's also like, it has to have gameplay that's evolved enough in order for people to actually still play it and enjoy it. Panzer Dragoon Saga and the rest of Panzer Dragoon, but specifically Saga, that's a timeless classic. Absolutely. Like that game came out in '98 and it still has my favorite gameplay of all time, like bar none. It's so good. Yeah. 5 games to play for the rest of my life, and I can't choose compilations. God, that's so tough, because I wouldn't want to choose anything that I've played a million times before. Like both KOTOR games I've played dozens of times. So I probably wouldn't choose those. And it would have to be something kind of long as well. And something that has good replayability. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII was 3 discs. 8 and 9 were 4 discs, I'm pretty sure, and Chrono Cross was 4 discs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And that wasn't all just like worthless graphics, it was actually game. But yeah, that's just because CD technology was on its way out, but we didn't quite have DVDs yet, so. 5 games to play for the rest of my life. This is impossible. I'd pick a Castlevania, because I love that series. So probably like Symphony of the Night. God, what's so replayable? I'm also gonna say no MMOs, because anything that like you can keep getting content for is cheating, I feel like. Even though I hate MMOs, so I wouldn't choose them anyway. Man. Oh man. Let's go with Planescape Torment. Has a lot of replayability. Best story in any video game. Let's go with I don't know, actually. I don't know about Mass Effect. I've played that enough. Or I've played that too many times, rather. Yeah, it's so tough. It's so tough. Because I want to pick games I haven't played before as well. Here, let me check my games list. How long is your backlog currently? I believe mine is sitting at 927, is that right? 928. Let's see here, let's see what I got. Because I'd probably pick RPGs. Morrowind. There you go. Morrowind would also be there. Because it's the only Elder Scrolls, well, of the modern ones that I haven't put a whole lot of time into. Definitely Morrowind. Let's see. Let me get a long JRPG that I know is good. Valkyrie Profile. There we go. Excited for that. Unless we want to count Xenosaga as one game, but I won't do that because that's cheating. What else? Let's get one open world, I suppose. Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2. Oh, I think 1 is probably the tighter experience, isn't it? 2 had a lot of bloat, so I'll be with 1. All right, there's my 5. I'm pleased. I'm happy. That is a tough question, though. Whatever gun I've gave away the joke. Whatever game has a sharp enough case that I can slit my throat with. I can't play just 5 games. I can't. Lost Odyssey. Oh, dude, 30 hours. That game's way longer than that. Lost Odyssey is hella long. Great choice, though. Excellent choice. Yeah, just the main story of Lost Odyssey is 50. That'll keep you busy for a while, definitely. Yeah, completion is over 100, so. Yeah, it's really good. That is definitely something I need to finish sometime soon. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it, I think. Somewhere around there. Alright, here we go. The game proper. We in here. Maybe the game proper. I don't know. Oh, yeah? These games that are too long don't really do it for you. I understand. Yeah, 40 hours used to be my like hard limit. Like a game doesn't justify being over 40 hours. What broke that was Xenogears, which is utterly incredible. And that's about I think my file was 85 hours, something like that. But I basically completed it. I pretty much did everything. Yeah, it definitely depends. It depends on how bloated it is, how much padding there is. If a game actually justifies being that long, then that's awesome. But generally, it does not. Yeah, I've actually been really getting into GBA games. and just retro stuff generally, because GBA is basically the SNES. But those games are usually like somewhere between 2 to 5 hours, and that's just perfect for me. Just finish that in one sitting on the weekend. That's just nice. I've really been enjoying a lot of GBA games lately, actually, especially because I have the consolizer now. Roger, I've arrived at the gate. How does it look? Yeah, and just it's such a tight experience too, because you can't waste any time with a game that short. So there's never any padding. Like the game lasts as long as like the gameplay remains interesting. So, yeah. And that's kind of PS2 as well, where like PS2 games were usually like 8 hours ish, something like that, which was always very nice. I see some guards. They're at the front of the gate. God damn it. Sneaker, are you okay? My gate is your only ticket into the lab. Yeah, absolutely, quality over quantity. For sure. And games have become precisely the opposite for the last 10 years. What's the guard doing? Doesn't look like he has any intention of moving. You gotta get him to move out of the way somehow. Snake, I hate to sound like a parrot, but this is a top secret mission. It's very important that you move without being detected by anyone. I'm sure the soldiers inside are armed to the teeth and patrolling the area with a steady eye. Oh, dude, all day an extremely short game. I played Rain this year on the PS3. That's like 3 hours. Loved it. It's fantastic. What Remains of Edith Finch? It's like 2.5 hours. Probably the best walking sim ever. Fantastic. Great narrative. Like really well told. And like for a walking sim, it actually has interesting mix-ups in the gameplay, which is cool. Yeah, and there's so many others. Like Before Your Eyes. That's the really short games like that are fantastic are usually like walking sims or puzzle games, stuff like that. Unravel, I think, was only like 3 hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours, depending on the struggle bus, on how much time it takes you. But yeah, Unravel's incredible. So yeah, and granted, it depends on how long the game is, but if a game is that long and boring, I just drop it. Portal, yes. Portal's like 3-4 hours. Yeah, absolutely. Great example. And I really love shmups, and those are usually like an hour, if that. Like they're usually pretty tough, but as far as actual length goes, they're pretty short. So yeah, I'll take the short and sweet experiences all day. If that guard catches sight of you and calls for backup, you'll be seriously outnumbered in a matter of seconds. This is so much better. This is so much better. I've made some good decisions today. Survival is very unlikely under such circumstances. Right, I've got to stay alert. Yes, I'm repeating myself again, but I can't stress enough the importance of staying out of enemy sight. Yeah, if you would shut the fuck up, maybe. Combat must be avoided as often as possible. I don't have time to take a drink, though. I get it. Enough with the lectures already. Fine. You have to get through the gate. Figure out some way to distract that guard. Right. Time to get down to business. Let's get serious. Mission starto. Alright. Let's do this. Those are our only cards. Okay, reduces user's current cost by 4. What? How about we just move for now? I want to go in the hole. Crawl or flatten? Let's crawl. Yeah. Oh. Paper Mario? Paper Mario 64. No, I have not. Trying to think. I think that's the original paper. Oh. Oh, good. I'm stucketh. Big brother! Big bro, I'm stuck in the hole. Sorry. Jesus. Let me... Can I keep going? No. Okay, that's just a hiding spot. Cool, cool. Yeah, I have never played those. I'm really not a big Mario person at all. Which, you know, it's just my personal taste. Yeah, precisely. Alright, where? No, cancel. Let me move back, bro. Come on, dog. I will stay crawling. Unless that's preventing me from moving. I think it is, actually, because I can only move 2 squares now. But your boy's waiting. Do I have CQC? Oh, a gun. That's not CQC. Let me... Oh yeah, is there any, like, tactical view that I can do at all? System. No. Not what I want. Because there is a guard up by that gate there. Wanted to see if he had done anything at all. Why can't I go on the grass? Let's stand. So it's still my... What's up? How about it, Snake? Can you get past the gate? The guard station in front of it won't budge. That reminds me. Face the wall and select flatten to edge up against it. Wording, Roger. Select knock in that position to tap on it. Think you can get through now? Basically. Make a sound to lure the guard away from his post. Just do it without getting caught. Got it. Okay. Let's... Why can I only move in no directions? There's another one. Okay. Well, I just like games that are the appropriate amount of length for what they got going on. Like, you know, there are games that justify being 40 hours, and there are games that justify being 3. But if a game justifies being 3 hours and it's 15, then it's like, ooh, not great. Then it gets very boring. Let's crawl. Oh, we can't, This is confusing. So now we can go on the grass? What? Why didn't they let me move 2 spaces, though? That was odd. I mainly just like... I mainly like RPGs because of the narrative. Like, that's what you're there for. So... unfortunately, that often comes with a lot of grinding, which isn't fun, but, you know, what can you do? I wish there was a more tactical view. Okay, so we can't actually see outside of that window. That's all I want to know. Is Metal Gear one of my personal favorite franchises? Absolutely, yes. That's why I'm playing all the spin-offs right now. I've already played through. I spent the last 4 years playing through the entire main series, and now I'm doing all the spin-offs. So all the non-Peace Walker PSP games. We just finished the Game Boy Color game about a month ago, and there's actually one that was released for Java phones as well that we're gonna play, which is not good, I've heard. Obviously. Horseman, obviously. Yeah, absolutely. Monster Hunt is a series that I think I would like, but if there weren't so much bullshit involved. And maybe that's just my perception, never having played any of them, but yeah. Okay. Cost 0 to knock on the wall. This is so weird. Yeah, just like collecting materials for doing things and whatnot. I'm in alert phase, so what now? Oh, he's gonna find me. Maybe. Don't find me, bro. Don't. Okay. Well. It's a top secret mission, Snake. Where's my gun? Well, I have no weapons. Not good. Let me... Gravity. Let me just get the heck out. Oh, I can't even move past him. Shit. Not good. What? Let me... There we go. You'll never catch me. Dude, isn't this a turn-based... Isn't this turn-based game of cat and mouse the most exciting shit you've ever seen? Let me... I'm already in alert phase, so might as well... continue being super stealth. Beat his ass. Hey! How did you miss 2 point-blank punches? Snake, he's not even fighting back. I primarily grew up with the original Xbox as a kid. Yep. But also had the 360 when I was a older kid. Like, how old would I have been? 15? In 2011? Yeah. Man, it doesn't seem like it's been that long, but I'm 26 now. Oh dear. This is not good. He's calling for help. He's shooting me in my stupid dumb face. Okay. Whoa. Snake, you've been spotted. Yeah, I blew it. I'm not blaming you, but are you prepared to deal with this? Affirmative. I should find someplace to hide out. That's it. I'm sure you're used to these situations. I never get used to it. That... getting used to it definitely wasn't an essential part of my character arc. Yeah, I will stand here getting drilled by this FAMAS for 5 seconds now. So ridiculous. Hide under a truck for a little while, then get up and try again. Use crawl to crawl under something. And press again to stand up. Right. Ooh. Action slash turn +1 max 4 snake only. That sounds like what I need about now. Sick. What is REA? What it do? Alright. So time to run the hecky away. Hopefully I can get under the truck from here. Oh. But I guess we'll find out. Yeah. High octane action. Okay, I'm starting to get used to how this system works. Okay, they'll never know. They'll never know. Yeah, collectathons are definitely, well, a subset of 3D platformers, but yeah, those have really fallen out of vogue. They were in the limelight for a good, like, 8 years after Super Mario 64. And then just done. Definitely, so rail shooters. Unfortunately, those have fallen by the wayside. The last rail shooter I can even remember was the awful Rambo game. They released in like 2014, I want to say, 2015. Not a great way to go out for the genre. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of, because I've been playing Panzer Dragoon, I've been playing a lot of rail shooters. Yeah, I like 3D platformers too. I just played Jak and Daxter recently and had a good time with it. Can I just like end my turn? Yes. Thank y'all. Clearly none of these big dummies saw me crawl under this truck in plain view. It wasn't their turn, so they couldn't see me. We're in evasion phase, okay. This is such a weird system to get used to. That guy's gonna look under the truck. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here he comes. Oh no, he's stupid. He doesn't know. Alright. So all these guys will... Oh, they're still in caution phase? Oh, brutal. Yeah, all these guys will go back to their hot positions. I want the dudes who... I want the extra guys to get the heck out of here. Make like a tree and get the heck out of here. Oh, he's blocking his path, so he's not gonna leave. Dang it. Okay. Man. Yeah, well, all the creativity and the vision has been sucked out of AAA games slowly and steadily, to where now they're they're just, you know, focus tested gambling machines basically. So it certainly there's a lot of crap that comes out of the indie scene. Just take a look at Steam Greenlight. But, you know, we've also had some really incredible games. And I think for the first time, for the first time, we're starting to get games that are actually, like, indie games that are contending for Game of the Year. Like last year, we had Shredder's Revenge and Neon White, Immortality, Pentiment, Tunic, Cult of the Lamb, Sifu. There's a lot of really high quality stuff that's coming out of indie studios, and like I don't know if indie has surpassed AAA yet, but but I think it's certainly on its way to doing so. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Undertale and Castle Crashers, yeah. Those are two other really good examples. That's the thing, is that indie games just don't have... There's a lot of really amazing indie games out there, but they just don't have the spotlight that big AAA titles do. So they don't... like, people just don't know about them. That's a primary issue. Alright, so now we can get the heck out of here. Shit. Didn't think that guy would see me. Let me actually go inside. Can I not go inside? Why not? It's a door, isn't it? Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, there we go. Come on, game. I didn't actually think he would see me there. My bad. We shall grab this ration and be on our way. I think it's a ration. I don't know. It's a something. What are you? Oh, okay. It says Metal Gear on it. Is that the game? We can only hope. Game is so weird. So I guess my cards are just randomized every time, which is really not a good idea. Because I can just walk up to a guy and not have a gun, which actually already happened. So, yeah. This user's current cost by 4. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what's going on with this game. What the heck is happening right now? Here's what I want to do. I want to... No, I don't want to place a claymore at the door. That's a little extreme. Let me crawl back and forth so that I have the option to stand. Game is so weird. RE. What is REA? Why? Why, God? Just give me the knowledge. We explain how to move, but not that one card that... Or not that thing that every card says. That's an acronym. Yes. Box it up, baby. Now we're playing Metal Gear. Alright, well, we'll just have fun in our box until they leave again. And we won't make the same mistake. Have I ever played Sunset Overdrive? No, I have not. I'm familiar with it. In so much as, like, it was kind of Microsoft's answer to Infamous, I guess, if you want to say that. It looks really cool. I definitely want to play it. But I don't have any... Well, I guess they're not even modern consoles anymore. I don't have any 8th gen consoles. So I haven't started collecting for them yet, so... I will definitely play it. I definitely will. Because that's one of the only, like, really good exclusives that Microsoft has had in a while. I am excited for it. I played Infamous 1, but I haven't played the sequel yet. Infamous 1 was quite excellent. I was playing it on a bunk PS3 though, so my frame rate was really terrible. Not what I want. Please just leave me be, boys. Continue going about your day. Alright. So I want to... No, not discard. How do I remove the box? Okay, I replaced the box that I had on with the box that I now have, so that's good. Let's see here. Let's use the Genome Soldiers. I don't know what that did. MGS1 pack. Oh, like I got the pack of MGS1 cards? Sorry if I peeked my mic. Okay, I think I just got the pack of MGS1 cards, which doesn't make much sense because I already have the Genome Soldiers, which are specifically from MGS1, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. How do I remove my box? Oh, thank God, he's gone. Okay. A gun. Let me... just equip the body armor instead. Here we go. And move. Stay. Alright. Slowly but surely. See, what does 2 out of 30 even mean? Is that my deck? Is that... It is my deck. Maybe. Adds fall. Adjacent to target to use. Okay. Oh, spin kick. Jesus. Just read, you idiot. It's right there on the screen. Yes, dude, I gotta play Titanfall 2. Oh, man. And Mad Max as well. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, there's still plenty of good games that come out, certainly. The AAA's not dead quite yet. It's just getting there. Alright. Plan is... Okay, deck reload. That's good. I was concerned. Plan is we're gonna shoot this dummy in the back of his dumb, stupid head. But now we know that we have 2 actions, so let me move to here. Stay. End. No, definitely not. I mostly play on console. Primarily because, well, there's a bunch of reasons actually. I like having physical copies of things, and like right now we're playing this on an actual PSP, and I like having I like just using a controller, because when you're playing on PC, you gotta like hunch over and kind of move your mouse around. It's like, no, just let me lean back with something substantial in my hands. That's all I want. All right, so hopefully we'll have a gun, and it didn't just randomly. See, here's my issue. Oh! There we go. Never mind. I'm a big dumb poo-poo head. Let's just end and wait for him to move. That's what I was looking for this entire time, was some way to see more of the arena. Alright, let me move. Stay. Good. Thank God I have a SOCOM. Blow him away. Only the strongest will survive. Oh. Okay, thank God. Like, oh, he survived getting shot in the back of the head twice. Good. Alright, end. Das ist gut. This guy just doesn't move, so we don't really have to worry about him. So now we can actually work on distracting this big boy. Wow. Let me... Now we'll save the box and turn. We didn't actually get him to come last time. Don't take that out of context. So a little bit closer. Flatten. Yeah, PC. I've played competitive FPS a lot on PC, but if I'm chilling out and having a good time, don't much care for it. Okay. Das ist gut. Now we move. Yeah, for the PlayStation Network on PS3, I think it was actually free, but it was also kind of shitty because of that. So, yeah, I don't like that either. An extra $60 I could use back in my pocket. So now, we don't really have time to equip the box, so let's just do that if we absolutely have to. Is he around the corner? Yes, quite so. Ha! He doesn't even know. What an idiot. Now we move. I don't want to go right behind him because I feel like he might hear me. Because hopefully this is still a Metal Gear game. In so much as it can be. You stay... Continue staying dumb. No, 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 no. We don't like it when you move. Stop doing that. Genome Soldier. Get the heck out of here. Mission successful. You have proven your infiltration. Oh my god, I couldn't read. Jesus. You've proven your infiltration skill is complete. There was something else. Rank D? But why? I only got caught and shot and took 20 hours. Come on, game. Any new videos coming soon? Not terribly soon. I am starting to work on the digital collection video for Xbox 360, which I'll try my best to get that out somewhat quickly. But yeah, it was a big push to get part 2 out in a somewhat timely manner, and that unfortunately hasn't done nearly as well as the first one. But yeah, I'm always working on it. I'd say like generally you can expect a new video every 2 months, give or take, something like that. So I know that's not a very large output, but it Mei-Ling. It does take a pretty good amount of time to make videos, and I also, you know, I have work and school and shit, so trying to learn a language and also watch video games or play video games, watch anime, that type of thing. Oh yeah, certainly it's just a hobby. I'm never going to treat YouTube like a job. Never. And like, certainly, you know, if I had treated YouTube like a job, then I wouldn't have 450 subscribers after July 19th. In exactly a month will be my 9-year YouTube anniversary. Yeah, I'm trying to learn Japanese. Cool. So I guess, do we choose which one we want? No. Okay. Clear bonus. What does that mean? Oh, I guess if we cleared with a higher rank, we would get something. Okay. Well, fine. Roger, can you hear me? Situation A is complete. Not bad, Snake. Only took you like 8 hours. Starting to feel like your old self again?
Not quite. Everything's turn-based. I don't know what I'm doing. Can't believe how much the cost stacked up.
Don't worry. You'll be back in good form soon enough.
This Gary Murray. Anyone out the... Please, someone answer.
You should respond to that snake.
Gary Murray? Who's that?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm always going to be a retro gaming channel. So unless my name is Metal Jesus, then it's probably not. It's probably not going to be my livelihood ever, because it's quite a niche topic still. So. And unfortunately, my name is not Metal Jesus. I'm not sure, but he's using the van's unit emergency. What the hell? He's been using the van unit's emergency frequency. Jesus. Someone in the lab might have picked up a codec.
Could be an enemy.
Talk to him and try to find out what his situation is. I'll run a background check on the name Gary Murray.
Right.
Yeah, you need to get lucky, need to have the algorithm gods favor you, need to have gotten in at the right time, and also just have to grind really hard. But I'm seeing a lot more small channels that make good content get noticed nowadays, which is very nice.
Come in, Gary Murray. Please respond. Are you an American? You must have survived the attack somehow. Something like that. What about you? I'm an engineer at this lab. Name's Gary Murray. What the hell is going on around here? These soldiers just swarmed us all of a sudden, and the next thing I knew, we were thrown into the residential quarters and treated like dirt. I was in charge of quarantine and disease prevention for test animals here. And that's all. They interrogated me about the actual research. I don't even know anything. Hurry, you've got... Help me. Enemy soldiers are patrolling as we speak. Kill me! This thing is I hear you, Gary. Just calm down. Where are you? Control room, the north gate, but enemy soldiers. Dr. Fleming, the east. Fleming? You know where Fleming is? Oh no, somebody's come. Hurry, please help me.
Planning on visiting Japan? Definitely one day. Yeah, granted, I'd actually like to move there at some point, hopefully. But that's not in the cards anytime soon. But I definitely want to go visit at least. I'm a very art-centric person, and Japan makes the best art, so I wanted to learn Japanese because of that. Which I'm still very much just a beginner. Oh, are you not from the US? Yes. I like how I assumed, oh, he could only not be from the US if he didn't know how bad the US was. Yeah, the US is certainly in decline, but that's not really the main reason. I would just prefer to have more access to the things that I love. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that's pretty plain to see. And I don't pay attention to politics at all. And I'm far better off for it. But, you know, I still notice what's happening. You're in Cali. Oh man, yeah. I'm in Colorado myself. So I'm at least not not dying in 130 degrees right now. Oh man. Yeah, I would not love to live there. I went to Anaheim for one of the Call of Duty World Championships a while ago, and it was pretty miserable. Yeah, but we as humans have lost the ability to communicate with each other properly, and we just demonize and vilify each other. And also, you know, we have social media and corporations trolling us against each other for their own ends. Not a good time. And obviously Japan has plenty of problems. Low birth rate and workaholism and xenophobia and still plenty of sexism as well. But going there primarily for the art. Yeah, once I'm an intermediate speaker, I would like to at least spend a couple weeks, couple months there. Yeah, and it's not as bad as it used to be, certainly, especially because of the low birth rate. A lot of people are actually encouraging immigration, but there's still like residuals of it. I'd say America's probably worse, frankly, or at least we're a lot more vocal about it. But yeah, there's still maybe not xenophobia, but there's plenty of nationalism in Japan. How about that? It could very well be a trap, but if he claims to know where Fleming is located, he could really help us out.
He said he's in the control room to the north.
Our satellite photos show a building to the north. Snake, get to that control room and find Gary. Then ask him about Fleming's whereabouts. I'll try to reestablish radio contact with him. Head for the north gate.
Right.
I just noticed our pedo stash. Come on, Snake. Trim it up. Oh, dude, it's On from Persona. There she is. Crossover episode.
How do you feel, Lena? Think you can stand?
I'll try.
Is this the work of the Patriots? The lolly lule lo.
I don't know. Maybe some terrorist. But Senator Hatch, please speak with caution.
What? What is your relationship? I thought I kind of assumed that she was his daughter for a second. Shave that stash. Yeah.
The election is just around the corner, and reporters.
I know.
Just stay put. I'll go see what's happening here.
Wait, it's too dangerous.
You could be in much more danger than I am, Senator. I have to find out what's going on. There's really no point in us both going.
Okay, just be careful.
I am not going to Japan to be a voice actor. Oh man, I can't stand my voice. That's hilarious. I would love, once I retire, I would love to do translation work. Or maybe just as a job. That would be amazing. But that's a long ways off.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Oh god. The music, though. What voice do they have? It's like a...
It's me. 'Tis moi.
What the hell? Dolls can't talk?
We want Pythagoras. Do you have Pythagoras, mister? Just need a little Pythagoras.
It must be that damn kid. No doubt about it.
Where did you go, sis? I was working. Liar, liar, pants on fire. You just left me alone and went off somewhere to play. No, I didn't. I'm a busy girl, unlike you. So what kind of work then? Killing? Killing? Killing what?
They can talk when it's not canon. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I will always do what I enjoy.
I murdered the pilot and the co-pilot too. Made their hearts stop.
Oh, it's like almost gave a spoiler. Forgot I even played the games. I can't believe you gotten this far into Metal Gear Acid without having played any of the other Metal Gear games aside from 5. Is it a slow night? It's okay. I enjoyed the company. The pilot and the co-pilot, so they're dead. One to 14. What's this game rated? What is rated M? That's right. I forgot. Welcome. The following is a briefing on the deck editor menu. Oh. I do not have control. This menu allows to edit the deck you'll be using in the next stage. Cards acquired during the previous stage are automatically added to your stock. In order to use stock cards, they must first be organized into a deck. You definitely want to go to Japan at some point. Nice. Trippy Red. What? What are you talking about? Press up and down on the directional button to select each card. Yeah. Maybe next time you should tell me how to, like, attack something. I love, like, Metal Gear games are kind of infamous for, and a lot of games do this, they tell you how to play video games, but not how to play the game you're playing. So, it's really weird. Press left and right on the directional button. Adjust the number of cards. Press right on the directional button to move cards from the deck to the stock. Yes, 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 yes. I have played a Yu-Gi-Oh! Before. Just believe in the heart of the card, Snake. Press left on the directional button to move cards from the stock to the deck. Wow. Oh, rapper, okay. I don't listen to much music. That's obsessed with the number 14 and usually has it written on it in blood. Huh. How long has he been around? Is that a reference? Oh, sorry. But you should go to Japan too. Definitely want to play the Metal Gear games at some point. Excellent. Most excellent. Yeah, a lot of people get scared off from this series by like, oh, it's the narrative is really complex and then the timeline's all weird. It's not that hard. I promise it's not that that complex. Everyone just likes to troll each other by making it sound more complex than it is. So it's funny, but when you actually play the games, it makes complete sense. You can also press the square button to view details about the card. Bitch, I know it. You've already told me this. Deck must contain at least 30 cards. You cannot make a deck with less than 30 cards. At present, the maximum number of cards in the deck is also 30. You can just say the deck is 30 cards. In addition, the number of identical cards in a single deck is limited to 4, okay? As per usual, using the auto option of the above menu, you can create the best possible deck from the cards currently in your possession. Well, that's not really up to your stupid AI self, is it? I'll choose my own best deck, thank you. I'm a tech deck kid. Oh, dude, I have Kingdom Hearts PTSD. Yeah, I streamed the first game, and that was back when I was playing every game on the hardest difficulty for my first playthrough. Not good. Not good stuff. Yeah. I think Kingdom Hearts might stand as my least favorite game of all time at the moment. It's certainly up there. A game kind of has to like personally offend me to find itself in that category though, so it might be Might be like Mass Effect Andromeda, but even that's just like painfully mediocre. Certainly not as bad as Survive. Yeah. And if you want to talk about stupidly complex narratives, Kingdom Hearts has got your back. Yeah, just all of it. The story, the gameplay. That game, what people don't talk about with that game is how fucking padded it is. Like, my god, just like every 5 steps you get into a fight. It's ridiculous. Like, I swear that game is like 12 hours long, extended into 30. It's absurd. Yeah, and granted, I'm not a Final Fantasy or a Disney devotee. So I didn't play it when I was 6. So yeah, that's definitely one of those games where like the nostalgia factor blinds people to how good it is. Or well, how bad it is, I should say. Yeah, and I've heard 2 is better, but I'm not gonna like find out for myself. I have 927 good games to play. Okay. And Kingdom Hearts is not on the list. Yeah, I actually was very lucky that a lot of the games I played as a kid still hold up fairly well. There were some stinkers, of course, but yeah, I was very lucky to grow up with Halo and KOTOR. And the Jedi Knight series of Star Wars games was also quite excellent. This concludes the briefing on the deck editor menu. Cool. Thanks. Shut it down. Shut it all down. Well, so the guy who originally kind of got me into Metal Gear was actually a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Which don't let that destroy your perception of Metal Gear, which is actually amazing. But he's the one who got me to play the first Kingdom Hearts, and holy shit, dude. I feel like it's been like 3 years and I still haven't emotionally recovered. My god. Alright, let's actually edit our hot deck. 3x3, okay. We probably won't have too much that we can change here. But we did get Mei Ling. Hell yeah. Doubles interference effect. Soliton radar doubles interference effect. I definitely want the first aid kit. That is a must. And we can take out something that's dumb and bad. Want the styptic. Oh, actually we don't need this yet because we don't... Oh, adjacent allies. It's weird. So I'm actually gonna have like a whole crew of boys. We don't have anyone yet, so might as well not use that. Cost of 10. Oh, I didn't even see that before. Okay. Yeah, exactly. He has the contrast for sure. You need the contrast to fully understand. So like, if you're getting tired of games, then you just got to play a whole bunch of really god-awful games. And then you'll find your passion again for good games. You gotta force yourself to play some complete garbage for a couple months. Oh man. Okay. I don't even reduces users. I feel like so many of these are so vague that I don't even know what the heck they do. Well, I guess we can look at the card details. Let's actually do that. Evade attacks from the front. Doesn't tell me what REA means, does it? Yeah, re-download Kingdom Hearts, complete on hard, or complete on proud as your first playthrough, and then you'll know. Then you'll have a brand new appreciation. Then you can go play Sleeping Dogs. Like, oh my goodness. Wow. This is what video games can be? Yeah, exactly. Whereas, like, I played Xenogears, and Panzer Dragoon Saga, and Eco, and Shadow Man, and the first Castlevania, and Katawa Shoujo in the same year. And that ruined video games for me for like 6 months. Bad choices. All right, let's just leave this as it is. I don't think I want another stun grenade. I think that is fine. You know what? Actually, I'm never gonna need more than one stun grenade. Let me add this handy dandy first aid kit. Bam. And save. Now deck and save. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. And this is the progress we've made? 1, 2. Oh boy. I didn't think it'd been that long. That's hilarious. This game might be what we like to call a slow burn. So Shadow Man is actually a 3D platformer Metroidvania. Like before those existed. It came out in 1999, and it came out for the PS1, which was an awful, terrible port. But it also came out for the N64 and Dreamcast, which are both quite good. And it just recently got a full remaster from Night Dive, which looks amazing. And they actually added back a bunch of content that had to be cut from the original game. So if you want to play, that's definitely the way to go. But you play as Mako Loa, the Shadow Man who bridges the the path between light and darkness. So he's like a kind of a superhero. It's actually based around a comic book series, but he can travel between like the living world and the afterlife, and basically in the afterlife, a bunch of famous serial killers, including Jack the Ripper, are trying to come up with some plan to take over the entire world. And yeah, it's like, even though it's a very early 3D platforming game, it controls fantastically. You start like very out of your element and get lost super easily, and like you can't go very many places at first, but then you gain more and more powers, and so like lava is a good example. So you, at the beginning of the game, you can't even touch fire, but by the end of the game, after a couple upgrades, you can swim through lava, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, he's kind of like a witch doctor. His powers he actually gets from a voodoo shaman woman. Yeah, that's like one of the most ahead of its time games I've ever seen in my life. Because it, like, when did Metroid Prime even come out? Like 2002, right? Yeah, late 2002. This game was that ahead of its time to where it's like just as good, I think, as Metroid Prime, but they made it like 4 years earlier. So yeah, I really loved it. I highly recommend it. I liked it so much that I plan to drop too much money on getting the physical version that Limited Games released of the remaster. Yeah, it was based off of a comic book. So, and they actually, great time to play Shadow Man, because they actually just announced a new one. So that was at not Summer Games Fest, I think that's a couple days before, but yeah, they just announced a third one. The second one, unfortunately, was not very good, according to most people, but I haven't played it yet, so I'll have to see. But yeah, definitely can't recommend that enough. I didn't know that Darkness was based off of a comic book. That's awesome. I'm like half-ish of the way through the first one, I think. Another one I need to finish. I jump around a lot, especially like if I'm not playing a game on stream. I probably like it's a coin flip whether I'll finish it or not. I have to be pretty engrossed. That's cool. I had to track that down. I played 13 last year as well, or you know, XIII, which is based off of a comic book, and that game ended on a horrible cliffhanger, like one of the worst ever. So I want to track down those comics and read them too, so I can get the full story.
Snake, we discovered who's taken over the lab. It's the
See, I don't know. I'm gonna say Leone. Leone. No. It's not Leon. I'm gonna say Leone. Would I be playing what game on stream? Shadow Man? I actually did stream a bit of it. I think they're unlisted now. Those videos are unlisted. Just because I only keep playthroughs that are fully completed public on my channel. Just because, or you know, anything that like I finished the game but I lost footage or something like that. Because if you playing this game on stream again or a different game, so I'm actually working my way through the spin-offs of the Metal Gear series on stream, because I've done the entire Metal Gear series on stream, like all of it, and those are all still public. So yeah, so I'm finishing off the entire Metal Gear series before I do anything else, which I think next I'm going to do Prince of Persia. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be streaming for now, and then finishing off. So we have Acid 2 after this, and then Portable Ops, then the mobile game, and then there's a couple bosses of Peace Walker I want to do, because actually it's a Monster Hunter crossover. Hell yeah. And well, not really a crossover, but it do have some dinosaurs. And then yeah, then we'll move on to Prince of Persia. So I play a lot of stuff off stream, but I try to focus on just beating one franchise at a time on stream, which kind of been doing Metal Gear for the last 4 years. Or you know, I'm at least trying to finish off the Metal Gear series before I do anything else. So I used to stream a lot more stuff, but that was kind of sapping my enjoyment a lot. Where and it's kind of hard to understand if you haven't streamed extensively before, but it's very different playing a game on stream versus playing it on your own. Yeah, that series is so weird. Basically, there's like one direct sequel in the entire series, like one or two, and it's very long running. So the 2008, I have it in my brain now. The 2008 reboot is great. The Prince of Persia: Sands of Time is of course great, and the original is also really good. But there's like 20 different versions of that, so you got to do your research on that. Because that came out in 1988, 87. Let me see. This is the stream where we look stuff up on the internet and talk. Yeah, and they just announced a new Prince of Persia game after many years at Summer Games Fest. 1989, sorry, is when the first Prince of Persia came out. Yeah, well, it actually got canceled because of Assassin's Creed, which is really unfortunate. So Ubisoft made both Assassin's Creed and the newer Prince of Persias, because it's also a series that's been rebooted like 4 times. But yeah, the execs at Ubisoft thought Prince of Persia was too close to Assassin's Creed, So basically, they canceled it in favor of Assassin's Creed. That was a lot more popular at the time. And now it looks like they're bringing it back in sort of a hack and slash 2D platformer sort of fashion, so that it's completely different from basically any Prince of Persia game that's ever existed, actually, but to like fully differentiate it from Assassin's Creed. Oh yeah, dude, Ubisoft in the early 2000s, in the late 90s and early 2000s was amazing. And then they just, yeah, after Assassin's Creed came out, they just milked franchises to death, and yeah, pretty awful. Oh man. Yeah, because I love Rayman, and I really loved Beyond Good and Evil, and they like so many good things they made, but it was truly amazing, the precipitous fall of Ubisoft. They were one of the best developers in the industry. Yeah, the first like 3 Assassin's Creeds are really good, but after that, just milking that franchise. Why make something new when you can not? It's the Leone Unit, a group of insurgents opposed to the Maloney Republic, named after their first leader. Yeah.
So anti-government rebels have stormed a lab facility built on government soil. Another one of Maloney's internal conflicts, maybe?
No, the Leone group is actually a group of mercenaries hired by someone else. The group is made up of soldiers from several countries, and they're not working together under any political ideology. The French surrendered. Yeah.
They were hired by someone to take over this lab after Maloney's civil strife was brought under control.
That's all we can deduce based on current intelligence.
We'll get better intelligence, you idiot. I see. So this is the real thing.
Yes, and the enemy security is higher than anything we've seen before. There appear to be security cameras in the facility. Be careful as you go in.
No need to worry. I've done this before, remember?
I mean, you did get caught that one time. Actually, twice. And Snake, I've got something important to tell you. Listen carefully. Snake, I'll let you play the game in a minute. Just hold on.
What is it?
And now they tell me a number like this is in the upper right corner of each card. It's called the cost. It's called the cost. Think of it as weight being spent on your actions. The total cost consumed using cards is calculated at the end of each turn. Cost diminishes as time passes, and when it reaches 0, it's a new turn.
So using a card with a heavy cost would mean I could only move a short distance, right?
Exactly. And the same goes for enemies. Basically, turns alternate when cost reaches 0. To check out cost during a mission, use the window next to you. Yeah, rare. Man. How do you go from solo carrying the entire Nintendo 64 to Sea of Thieves? How does that happen? I blame Microsoft. Which is unfortunate because they acquired Ninja Theory. They, like, as much as I love Microsoft and I grew up with it, the studios that they've acquired usually have not succeeded. Yeah, straight backpacked the entire console. For real. They really did. Yeah. Highly unfortunate. And, like, Activision as well. Activision, I think, was literally the first third-party developer. So they started the entire, well, they helped begin the entire video game industry in the first place, but now look at them. Yeah, Microsoft just sits on its treasure trove of IPs and never does anything with them. And EA is also a huge huge example of that, where the creator of American McGee's Alice actually just pitched the third game to them and was trying to get them to make it, because it had been on Patreon for years and years, but not only would they not let him do it, like they wouldn't give him funding for it, but they wouldn't let another team do it. They wouldn't license out the IP. So that entire project that he's been working on for like 6 years is just dead in the water. And like Madness Returns is one of the best games of the entire generation, and then the first Alice game is one of the best games of its generation. So it's really unfortunate. Yes, I think Activision did make the Tony Hawk games. Yeah, so now that project's just dead in the water. It sucks. But that's a little thing we like to call modern gaming. Thanks, Ackman. Cost. Press the select button to display info windows for all characters.
I think I get it. So cost -4 becomes important.
What? But this is a 3 cost thing. Yeah, really? Did they actually develop that? I'm not I never played the SSX series myself, but I know it's really beloved. Who actually made this? EA Canada. There you go. Dang. I forgot they used to do things besides publishing garbage and and hoarding IPs. Yeah, I gotta play through that series at some point. I just played through AMP 2 this year, which is such an amazing game. It's pretty tough though. I was not prepared for that.
That's right, you catch on quickly. If you act...
What?
If you, something... reduce cost usage, the turn will change more quickly. And one more thing, when a turn changes, a cost use reduction occurs depending on the number of cards used. -0 with the second card, -2 with the third card, and so on. So I can build up cost. I see. I thought I just had 2 actions that I could do. I didn't know there's this entire cost system. Yeah. Precisely. It sounds difficult. Don't worry about the details right now. You'll figure them out during your mission.
Practice makes perfect, huh?
Snake, I think Gary's codec is damaged. I can't make out what he's saying, but we know he's in the control room to the north.
North. Got it. Find Gary hiding in the north end of the control office. Alright. I actually did not plan on streaming this long, so after this mission, I think we're going to call it a night, but this mission will probably take a while, so no worries. I'm just trying to see if there's anyone at that desk. Okay. We're good. Oh, hello, boyo. Let's pray we get a USP. Well, never mind. Let's go hide. Mentioned BioWare. Realized they made the... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they... Like, it started with Dragon Age Inquisition, which was very controversial. And then they made Mass Effect Andromeda, which was a spit in the face of the entire Mass Effect community. And then most recently, they made Anthem. Cool. Great job, guys. Yeah, a lot of the, after Mass Effect 3, a lot of the senior staff of BioWare left, and they've basically just been a revolving door since then. So it's not even the same studio anymore. Like, they shouldn't even be called BioWare. 3 strikes and you're out. Exactly. Exactly. 343. Yeah. Okay, so let me crawl in here. Let's get this deck. Oh yeah. Let's get this deck. Yep. Yep. They are pretty dead to me. Pretty dead to me indeed. Probably should have waited to stand, because I can actually get out this door. Don't look at me, bro. Ooh, I saw something. Oh, that's a door. I didn't even see that. Okay, I gotta really take in my environmental steves here. Okay. Let's not take that shot, actually. Yep. Go. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm gonna stay close to the wall so we can hopefully flatten against the camera. Don't turn, that would be soups uncool. So that's my deck up at the top. Where does he even say what my cost is? So confusion. Go in here. And where's that boy? Where's ya boy from earlier? Did he leave? I think I actually just caught a glimpse of him. Yeah, I see your little tootsies down there. Alright. So for now, let's just move here. Latin. That door closed, didn't it? Oh. That's not cool, my brother. Don't look my way. Dragon Age Inquisition wasn't a terrible game. It was just really controversial. 2 was a terrible game. 1, or Origins rather, is the only one that everyone universally likes. So that series has had an unfortunate history. Don't look at me, don't look at me, don't hear me, don't look at me. Okay. See, I don't actually know if he's gonna go out that door or not. Piss. Let me... Can I crawl? Can I crawl on my skin? A little bit? I don't think so. Well, crappity. Let's, we know that guy's not coming in here, so we can just move here. That should be fine. Yeah, it's alright. I don't like how MMO-y it got. Did you catch my drift? Oh, thank goodness I made good choices in life. Alright. Let's actually not get caught by him. I haven't played Psychonauts yet. I have it, but I just haven't dove in. I definitely got to do that pretty soon. Let me see. I want that door to close, but I don't think that's going to be an option. So let me do that. Okay, sweet. Yeah, it's it sure is a lot cheaper on original Xbox. I don't know if it's been re-released at all. Let me see. Actually, let me see what the price for it is at all. Ouch, $38 right now on original Xbox. 36 on PS2. Heck. Oh, a Limited Run released it. Now it's even more expensive. Thanks, Limited Run. Yeah, you can't get it physically, or I guess you can get it digitally, but don't wanna. Yeah, unfortunately that game just sold 0 copies, so. It was higher a while ago? Oh, let me see. It may have been. Yeah, like 38's not breaking the bank, but it's not fun. Better than 70 though, am I right? Let me see. Yeah, when 2 came out, it actually spiked to over $60. Over 80 on on original Xbox. Damn, son. Yeah, it's been slowly falling since then. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I got mine before the second one was announced. That's another auteur, Tim Schafer, that just hasn't, like, almost everything he's made was amazing, but he just hasn't had the success along with it, unfortunately. Let me see. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Continue not looking. Nope. Oh. Oh. Probably looking on the shot here. No, I don't want them to see me. I will pray. RN Jesus. He comes through once again. Alright, let's move. And then blow his stupid brains out. Did he... Oh, okay. I didn't see the kill shot. Well, I was a bit concerned. Don't. That's not cool, me brother. That's not cool. Yeah, 65 on eBay is just someone like jacking up the price. That's probably not what it reasonably goes for. Yeah. Who needs someone to talk to while I'm playing this weird ass game? It is almost 4 a.m. for me. Yeah, so I'll probably be hopping off pretty soon, regardless of how well I do in this mission. Especially now that I got caught. But yeah, I really appreciate you hanging out, man. It's been fun talking to you, and I hope I see you again. Nice. Yeah, I appreciate it. Always nice to talk to the people. Yeah, have a good night, dude. How am I gonna get out of this pickle, though? Let me... Tell you what, here's what I want to do. I want to move to that corner up at the top right, and then box it up. Always bag it up, kids. I could put a claymore in front of the door. Were I an idiot? I think I'll not do that. You know, it occurs to me I could have just shot him in his dumb head, but that's okay. I think I only had a Falmos card left. We'll be fine here, maybe. Can they not even get around that obstruction? Are they big stupid dummy heads? Oh no, they're coming. Oh, they coming. That's so funny, but like by the time we get to actual gameplay, he's gotta leave. Welcome to Metal Gear. Oh man. I guess we got like 30 seconds of gameplay earlier. It's interesting, so instead of collecting rations and ammo and whatnot, we just collect these decks. What a weird change up. Alright, you boys continue leaving. We don't like you here, don't like your kind. Continue going away, if you don't mind. Cool. I'm still not really aware of what the actual cost system does. Because, like, where does it say? How much cost I have? Oh, hold on. Wait, but it just went down to 1. I'm so confused. 4 cost if no cards used. What? What is this game? I'm gonna have to like look up a tutorial or something. Let me just make sure everyone's on their paths again real quick. And then we'll move out. Alright. In fact, let's... Oh yeah, we're almost to the bottom of our deck anyway, so... Oh, well, fucking bullshit. Alright. Now... Can we get past this camera? I guess we'll find out. Cool. Well then, oh thank god we have another Phenom Soldier. We outie 5,000? I think I can save wherever I am. That would be kind of rough for this particular game if I couldn't. I think. I might... Yeah, it's been almost 3 hours. I might call it a day here. Scusi? Excusez? Do you see this? Do you see this, Sony? This is a... this is a AC adapter? That is clearly not working. What the fuck? Also, like, no warning at all? Just turn off the console? That's cool. Sorry, let me get back to where you guys can see. I don't know what the hell just happened. Like, what? That was weird. Like, I'm actually plugged in right now. Unless I plugged in the PS2 by mistake. Let me check. That would be quite stupid. Right, so on that note, as the PSP turns off again, we'll pick this up next time on Metal Gear. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's a decent enough place to stop. Let me turn this back on. If it'll work with me. If it'll work with me. And make sure we actually hard save rather than just the PSP save. How do I... Okay, the start button does not appear to do anything. Here we go. Thank God we actually can save, hypothetically, whatever we want, maybe? It just says office, that's concerning. I guess we'll see. We'll find out next time on Metal Gear. Where we will believe in the heart of the cards to surpass any Pythagorean theorem. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I never know when this thing turns off or when it doesn't. It's a very confusing little device. Or when it's plugged in, clearly. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will check you next time. I'll try to stream. Tentatively, I would like to stream at least once a week on the weekends. Perhaps twice. And it'll probably still be these like 2-ish hour streams, somewhere around there, 2 or 3. Yeah. So I haven't streamed the past month. Just been really busy with other shit. So that is hopefully the schedule. And I will see you guys later. Have a good night.